Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. Take a look at the Nishino flower that I set up yesterday. We didn't have a chance to do this one on video, but I did do it after I was done with my Seeking the Pearl run. And the goal here is just to put together a parent that might end up being decent for us to use for the upcoming CM, which I'm pretty sure is Libra, but for some reason I want to keep calling it Virgo, probably because I'm still traumatized from Virgo. Either way, let's see how we're looking on skill point budget here. We've got 3,600 to spend. Nishino's unique we can use pretty much anywhere. We can use it on pace, and it's a good fit, but it's also one of those uniques where you can push into the activation range for it if you're running a late searcher or an end closer, off the back of other acceleration skills. And obviously it's dependent on conditions of the track rather than the distance on the track, so most of these skills were going to be live to purchase. I might skip dirt, just because that's a little niche. But maybe I will. Whatever. We should have a pretty good budget on this. We got Slipstream, Tail Held High, Groundwork, and Umamusume. We got the Quadfecta. Pace Savvy. Might come back to late corners. It's just a little expensive with no discount. Determined Descent can be good situationally, but if I need the currency, I'm going to come back and trim that. Slick Surge is good. Fast and Furious is really good. Go with the flow as Team Trials bait, but we can go Ramp Up, we can go Focus, we can skip Rushing Gale, we can take Beeline Burst, and then we get Firm Condition, Standard, Non-Standard, no left-handed, right-handed, and we still have 570. Okay, so we can buy a lot of the stuff that was looking pretty marginal then. We can go back to Late Corners, we could pick that up. And that was it, huh? We can take Sprinting Gear, because it's a little bit of a gamble. We can stay Steadfast, because it's... No, because... So Nishino's unique works on the final corner, right? It's acceleration when you're halfway through the final corner. Steadfast also only basically works on the final corner. Like, it can work if you're pressured later into late race, but if you're pressured by another runner in late race, Steadfast is not going to save you. You're going to get passed anyway. So, Nishino's unique and Steadfast actually kind of cancel each other out. In which case, I guess we can take Cloudy Days. And then I can take Straightaway Acceleration, and that's pretty much it. But it's impressive that we've managed to buy basically everything. This is pretty much everything that we want that's also consistent. So, I would love for this to be a good parent. Hitting Umamusume, Slipstream, Playtimes Over, and Groundwork on the same runner is so good. Please give me spark, like, not even good blues and pinks, just give me, like, usable looping white sparks. Okay, not exactly. Stamp pace is decent, but we can do better. 2 speed, 1 sprint, and only Umamusume. Unfortunate. We're probably going to keep the first batch of sparks in that case. Stamp pace isn't amazing. None of the skills here are amazing, so we'll just run the same configuration back next time. Because I have full confidence that eventually this deck and parent combination is going to give us a good runner. Or a good parent, I guess, technically. It just hasn't done it yet. We're up to 300k in the event. We're still getting trainer aptitude test currency. I also went through and clicked through all the story stuff. I clicked through all the Days Flying By chapters, so we're all caught up on that. And then I also finished the Seeking the Pearl run. And I think it actually came out okay. It's not amazing. I don't think it's like a world beater or anything, but it was good enough for me to give the handshake of CMness to. So, 1374 speed, 646 stamina. Honestly, I basically ran out of skills to buy. So corner recovery is here, and we also like hit double firm, double late, double late. It's also painfully... We also grabbed Glittering Star, even though we only won, like, 14 races. Like, the skill point budget was better than the hints that we got. Which, what can you do? But it's also surfaced the fact that we really don't have great gold skill selection for late surgers on Miles. So, Lightning Surges are only gold, but we did it Umamusume. We have decent mid-race velocity off of late straights, late corners. Double Firm is power in late race. Shadow Break can be velocity carryover. We hit Shooting Star as well. We didn't hit Mile S, Turf S, but, like, it's fine. It's fine enough for me to give the handshake and start throwing into lobbies, and we can see if this Seeking the Pearl is better than some of the other late surgers that we're thinking about. Because this Seeking the Pearl is going to be competing with a late surger Air Groove and with a late surger Grass Wonder. Those are the other two candidates that we're looking at for the two late surger spots on the team, and then our third runner is going to be Nishino Flower. There's no way that Nishino is not going to be on our team when the track suits her so well. So speaking of, we're going to go crack in on late surger number 2 here today. We're going to set ourselves up with a Grass Wonder, because the more I've been thinking about Grass's stat distribution, the fact that On Your Left is baked in, Pilfer's also good, Homestretch Haste is also good, and the growth rate's just fantastic, the more I'm thinking that Grass is actually probably going to be really good on this track. There are like potential shenanigans that we could do here with trying to 5-6-4 Dominator, but I really don't feel like doing that. I'd rather just build a runner that wins. So we'll spin up a Grass Wonder here. It would be nice if we could fix medium aptitude to A, but it's not exactly my priority. The bigger thing that I'm going to be looking for here is parents with interesting style sparks, parents with turf sparks, parents with mile sparks. We're going to see what comes up. We do have our Mile Special Week that we could use, who is fine. Like, Guts Mile isn't great, but this is a lot of Mile Sparks, and we do get late Searcher Corners out of it. We get Umastan out of it, we get late Straights out of it. This is the same Special Week that we've been using for Seeking the Pearl. But the other thing I might want to try and use is this Ryan. And the white sparks are a little awkward. Like, we don't need pace savvy, pace corners, medium corners, up tempo on a mile runner. But I would like to find a way to work Let's Pump Some Iron into our late surger builds if I can. And also, this is a decent amount of stamina to make sure that we actually get to where our stamina needs to be by the end of the run. So I think I might play around with this Ryan and just see how it feels, even though it's a little bit of an affinity loss. And then as far as our guest legacy, I'd really like to find a Nishino here if possible. Because it would be nice if we could hit Let's Pump Some Iron from 6th. We could hit Budding Blossom from 3rd or 4th. And then from 5th or anything back from 6th, we can just hit Lightning Surge. It gives us that range of accelerations that I like. And I think Quinn's Nishino was the one we'd been using. Stam Turf, Stam Mile, Speed Turf. I don't know if Medium Corner's being here, but Cloudy Days is correct. What are the other Nishios? Arcexion, no. Talalia, no. Yuno, no. This is the most familiar name to me, which means I think that's the Nishio I'm supposed to be using, but we'll double check. Never mind, actually this one's crazy. Firm Conditions, Fall, Runner, Corner Adept, Mile Straights. Oh, but you had Dirt. Well, you have Late Surger Sparks, and yeah, that's not horrible. And then your 2 Stam? I mean, we are getting Stam from our parent. We also have a second set of Fall Runner Sparks here, and we get Nibble Nav, and it's an Ogre parent. You know? Exion's Nishino is kind of interesting. Do I have Turf Sparks in this inherit? Because this is Mile. So that's Mile S taken care of. And then what are you? You're Pace Dirt Late. It's not really, like, ideal. You have Sprint Sparks on here. You're Sprint. You're Sprint Medium. Man, I think it's supposed to be this Nishino. There's some really interesting stuff going on with Arcexion's Nishino, but I think this one is probably more correct. We'll just get, like, right-handed and Fall Runner off of Fine Motion Hints, probably. That'll be our angle for getting it. And then we're not doing independent training. We're doing Mile Grand Concert. Our borrow is going to be the same as it was for Seeking the Pearl. We'll grab Daiichi Ruby. Is there anything else I want to change about this? They're both late surgers. They have a very similar stat distribution. I really don't think I have any other useful golds on speed cards. If we had a Kita-san, we could throw that in here, but I don't need Serenity, that's End Closer. I don't need Concentration or Track Blazer. I don't need Breath of Fresh Air. don't really want to use a speed card with no specialty priority, even though Beeline Burst is probably fine. What does Rob Roy give? Lion Way? Yeah, I'm not doing that either. I think we're just stuck with these two speed cards. I mean, we could run Bourbon here for like the skill point gain, but we did the comparison when we were starting our Seeking the Pearl runs, and it didn't look particularly favorable. The other thing that we could do is we could switch out CB for Marvelous Sunday, but I actually think CB is just a stronger wit card than Marvelous Sunday is for raw stats. So, even though we don't need Daring Strike, this is also a way for us to get corner recovery more often than not. So if we do only wind up at like, 550 stamina, I can just buy Corner Wreck. We'll go ahead and run this and we'll see how we do. I will event boost this. And then we'll see if we can't assemble a Grass Wonder that is stronger than the Seeking the Pearl we put together. Also, let's actually use Quick Mode, just to move through this a little faster. 1, 0, 1, 3. A-okay with that. Works on my wit cards too, which is nice. 2, 0, 1. Guess that's power again. Don't want to blow too much energy on trainings here. So a couple of wit trainings here and there would be great. 1 on speed. God, this is horrible. 2 on guts. 1 on speed. Nobody anywhere else. This is a recreation. Just give me that initial mood up. Power 5, wit 5 versus speed 10. Our speed will be okay. We have 20% speed growth. Fine motion 1. 2 on speed, 0 on wit. We'll take a fine motion hint here. This could be nimble nav, it could be right-handed, it could be fall runner. Right-handed's fine. We're happy to see that. We have light hello unlocked, but we're below 50 energy. So we really need to be clicking wit here a couple times, and hopefully that's where she goes. Beautiful. That's exactly what we needed. Okay, 3 hints for Homestretch Haste is good. First light hello event is done. I desperately need energy right now. I can't come and hang out with the director right now. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. We'll just go ahead and take wit again. This is fine. This is A-okay now. Oh, this is so good. I'll absolutely take light hello recreation at this point in my life. That's nice and early. And then we've got 2, 1, 1. Honestly, I'd probably rather take speed here to work on director. Well, no, light hello currency's so good. What am I buying from the shop? Maybe that's your tiebreaker. Grab wit 5, because you have a bunch of CO. You'd really like to get spec prio early. That's PA and C. I mean, all of these are good. Honestly, I would buy any of these 3 songs. But the earlier I can get wit gain online, the better, I think. So I need PA CO for that. I mean, this has a chance to give us PA, or... It has a chance to give us PA. Alas. 1 and director. 2 on power, 1 guts. I'm okay with just a wit click here. Two plus director on guts, 1 plus hello on power. But notably, this does give us the PA that we need. We don't have enough CO, but it gives us enough PA. I can justify that. Power to 2. And then that's just a good power training. So we're probably going to be recreating next turn. The currency is awkward right now, because we're not getting the CO that we need. Well, now you could, and 8%'s not that bad, and it works on 2 friendships. I'll gamble on it. That's beautiful. Now we can buy the song that we want. So let's go do that. Wit gain +1, spec prio +5. That'll be online in classic gear. We'll go speed 5. I'd really like to spend some VO here if I could. Yeah, power 5 sounds great. Friendship training, support chain, support chain. Time to start building some DA after we're done with our debut. Can you do pace? You can't do pace. I'm gonna stick you as pace so you don't get blocked as much. And then from here, we either need to take a really good wit training, or it's just going to be our first light hello recreation. Ooh, never mind. There's a third option. Light hello and tachyon guts. This is 2 friends power, 1 friend wit, 1 friend speed, but this one gives me DA. This one also gives me DA, and it actually gives me more DA. I'd be willing to take a power training here, even though it's more energy inefficient, because it gives me the currency that I want. 2, just light hello. 3. I don't have any realistic way of getting energy from the shop. Would you take a 13% fail stamina training to build 3 friendships at once? I think if I was doing multiple runs a day, I would. But because I'm only doing 1 or 2, I won't. If that training fails, it's so unspeakably bad. We do not need Pay Savvy, we don't need Murmur, so we can just take energy. That's a great wit training. It's going to be hard for anything to beat that. Okay. Good time to get 20 PA. That's also a good wit training. I think I'll just take that again. As well, yeah, it doesn't... If this gave me 18 DA, I'd think about that speed training, but I think this is just going to be a better option for us. It's also a chance to slipstream. After school stroll, not nearly as useful. Competitive spirit, no thank you. 0, 0, 3, 0, 2. It still doesn't give me enough DA. But honestly, I really want to level my speed facility up, and this puts Sweep Toe to gold. So let's do that. It also gives us light hello currency, which is good. A mood down is fine. We can fix that. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Good God. Light hello recreation, probably? There's no training to take. There's just nothing there. So let's fix our mood, get some energy back. Oh my God. She hates it here. Now, at least take a speed training that builds director friendship. Tachyon hints are not useful to us, but friendship is friendship, and I want to level speed. Friendship training plus 5. I should be able to buy 1 more song from here. We have enough for 1, 3, 7, 9, 10 more lessons. Although I think I'm going to spend on a skill hint for Miles, even though it's a little more inefficient. Skill hint for late, even though it's a little more inefficient. I want to have more hints than I had for the Pearl run. So I'm going to go a little harder on hints than I did for that run, just so I can be buying more skills. And then we have friendship training effectiveness that we just need a little bit more VI for. We have 4 turns to find it. Okay, speed training. Actually, just the best training available to us. This puts Tachyon to gold. We do need to get Tachyon all the way to 100 bond to get the plus 20 friendship training out of it. I don't even have a comment. Should probably recreate. Wonder if bottom option gives plus 2 mood here. I don't actually remember. Plus 1. Fine. We'll go back to good. I don't love it. 0, 0, 1, 2. But this works on director friendship, and it's a core facility for us, so let's do that. And then late December, I need a VI training. Skill points 25. I don't need gap closer. We're not a sprinter. Let's go win the futurity stakes. The power's a little low, but we should be alright. Yeah, we're okay. And then VI training. We might have to force a bad training here to get it. Yeah, that's an example of a bad training we're gonna force, because otherwise we'd probably want to take power here. But this at least works on leveling our speed facility, and Fine Motion's friendship is way behind. So, let's take the below average speed training. It gives us the currency we need to buy the next song. We will be going into Classic Year with 4 songs bought. And then the question is, do I want to try and dig to my 5th? So right now, lessons are 10. We could buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lessons total. So we could get to the next song, but we can't buy the next song. I'm willing to try and risk it, because we have a nice even spread of currencies right now, and I think we can be pretty choosy with what we aim for. So let's go Stam 10. This way we can still buy a PA lesson next turn. Let's go Speed 10. That was really scary. Let's go Guts 10. That was also really scary. Let's go Stam 5. Okay, we made it. And then we'll grab Friendship Training Effectiveness when we come out the other side. Very lucky to be able to do that. Because it's possible that that dig could have not gone the way that we wanted it to. But we've gotten lucky. We're not going to have an opportunity to fix mood here, because I think we're going to go energy, energy. But, you know, we might find an organic mood up in the wild somewhere. Go energy 20 here. Go energy 24 here. Energy 21 in practice, but who's counting? Fine Motion Friendship. CB Friendship, but a facility I don't care about. Let's go Wit. This also works on Tachyon, which is building her friendship training. We'll take a little bit of Director Friendship. We'll hit Daiichi Ruby 1. 0, 2. 2 relevant, and it's on speed training. So CB's very close to gold now. This is the VO that we need. It also doubles our currency and the directors here. I like a lot about this training. Even though speed would put us to gold and wit would put us to gold. Let's keep our songs moving, because we're looking for the skill point +2 song at this point. The earlier we find it, the better. Power to 3. Mood back to normal. Yeah, we expect that at this point. Energy 20. I'm going to take a big chunky speed training here. You know what? Sure. I'll go speed 2. Fine motion to gold. Mood back to good. Thank God. You could also go 2 hints on mile. That's, well, what's your training? If it's a wit training, speed training. Ooh, no, it's a wit training. Never mind, I'm taking that. This is like, yeah, it's a rainbow training, but it's not that good. This is a light hello training, which could give us some mood up. It builds Tachyon's friendship, getting her closer to that +20 friendship bonus, and it puts CB to gold. That wit training is everything we want to do this turn. So we'll take the mile hints instead. There's skill point gain +2. We need VI for that, and we could get VI from that speed training had we bought energy, but I still think this is going to be the correct play. 20 VO. Wit to 3. No. Sure, under duress, I guess? Like, everybody's there. We could also just light hello recreate this turn. I guess the stamina training doesn't accomplish that much for us, realistically. Yeah, I'll just take my recreation this turn. The earlier we get these recreations out of the way, the better, because our trainings are going to be so much stronger than they are now in senior year. And then this is our first opportunity to get turf and or mile. And or good white sparks. Playtime's over. Unyielding Spirit are decent. Cloudy Days is relevant, but it's guts, and I don't really care about that. It's okay. It's not great. But light hello training on wit. Hey, this is the VI that you need. And we do have speed power bonus, so we do get something out of guts training, but I think I'd rather just conserve my energy here and try to get 20 currency out of light hello. Pretty good. So that's our skill point gain. It's coming on a little late here. We've lost maybe like 15 skill points total, something like that. And then we can go... I have more CO than anything else. So let's try and be thrifty with our non-CO currencies and spend CO when we can. I don't need a Pace Chaser hint, but I will take Speed Width. Specialty priority should still be pretty good. So we're looking for a DA-VI training here. Light Hello alone on VI, but it does give us the VI that we need. Everything else is very underwhelming. Let's try and level our speed facility. It's a little cheaper because Light Hello is there. And we at least get the VI. That's also going to be a little cheaper because Light Hello is there, but I'm not exactly happy about taking these trainings. We have plenty of time to find the director before senior. And our stamina for the derby is only 261 right now. I'm gonna buy Corner Wreck just to be on the safe side. Because I think we'll actually get decent use out of it in the CM itself. I only need to aim for like 550 stamina now or so. Good. Hard to tell if Corner Wreck made the difference there, but a win is a win. So I'd like to do one training turn and then my last recreation. Can I manifest such a thing? It looks unlikely, because I do still need 21 more DA. And you wouldn't even necessarily give it to me. So I think we go Wit here. And then I guess we want to go Wit again and get DA out of it, ideally. It's 10 Power 10. We'll go Power. Your VIPA, your COPA. So we're not going to be able to get the Spec Prio song. I do still want to buy a song, because we need to get to Hype. So, unfortunately, we're going to be buying an Unspent Chain song. It's not ideal. I'd rather have the Spec priority, but I'd also rather have a Hyped concert. And then if our currency doesn't matter, we can just preserve energy on Wit here. Taking a CB training is fine. Really underwhelming rainbows in the first half of Classic Year, but it's not horrible, because we don't have a ton of our friendship bonus songs online yet. There's still plenty of time to turn that around. A weaker person might consider dooring this run. There is no way we will door this run. It's not a great rainbow training, but it is a rainbow training. We'll take it. It's not a rainbow training at all. I'll take a cheap skill hint for Miles, because we're probably going to be resting this turn. I think you'll be alright on... Well, no, you're only at 274, and you have the Arima and Japan Cup coming up later. Let's get a little more stamina. There's your skill point gain. So you got the skill point gain song early. You can go Stamp Guts. 2 hints for Late Surger seems alright. And then Spec Prio, Spec Prio, Spec Prio. You'd probably rather have speed gain over anything else. So let's book that in. There's nobody on your... There's nobody anywhere. Just rest. This is a horrible training. We're a little back. I'll take Power. We're not exactly back. I guess I'd probably just save energy here. It's a rough stat line for the end of summer break in Classic, but we've more or less gotten the songs that we're looking for. Take skill points out of that. Speed gain +2. And then I only need one more song, but I'd be aiming for 2. I'd also like that skill hint, because it's just cheaper than anything else around it right now. It's an okay Guts training. Light Hello is there, and it's a fine motion hint. Outer Post proficiency's okay. DA20 is fine. Making the best of a bad situation. Acceleration, sure. Stam 8. Spec Prio, Spec Prio. Would you rather have PA spent or DAVI spent? I'd rather spend PA because we need to start planning for the 10% friendship bonus songs. That's also just a neat power training. Lots of friends there. A wit here would be ideal. Slow metabolism's fine too. And then you just take the wit training anyway? Yeah, it doesn't really advance you into anything, but it saves your energy, it builds your wit and speed. It gives you skill points. We do get a meaningful amount of skill points off of wit training now, which is something we should be thinking about. You also have no... well... okay. Like, we're basically losing 21 skill points this turn if we rest or recreate, so I think I'd rather stam here. I can find solutions to energy management. That's not a problem. We can just take wit trainings later. And then 20 PA actually lets us buy our lesson, so it's very important that we take that now over the energy. There's that done. Cheap skill hint for late surger. We can dig to one more song for 2 skill hints for mile. Stam 4 power 4's nice at splitting the difference. Power 8. And then support chain, spec prio, support chain. We're looking for 41 CO. I think we might be buying Guts Gain. Sure. Man, our rainbow trainings this run have been brutal, man. We just have not gotten our specialty priority to show up. And not for lack of trying. These are cards that have specialty priority. Tachyon's got like 80 specialty priorities. Updasha has like 55. I think CB has like 40. Like, they're meaningful amounts of specialty priority. We're just getting unlucky. Single rainbow, single rainbow. What currencies do I need right now, though? You were chasing CO, but you're not going to get there. So instead, you're probably buying support chain event frequency and Guts Gain for your song, which is not really where you want to be. In the absence of any other factors, I'd rather just level up my speed. I don't really care about the slightly improved performance point gain we'd get from that power training. I just want my speed to be as high as it can. Fine Motion 2 for a bit of energy, and then Arima Keenan means that we're not going to be able to earn any more performance points. So we will take our final song. And now we are in save mode, and we are specifically looking for DA and VI for 10% friendship bonus songs in Senior. Because both of them are about to enter the pool. Skip on that. Let's see if we can manifest some better rainbows in Senior Year here. Definitely 30 energy at this point. We also have Raffle coming up. Starting with a rainbow. It's not good, but it's a rainbow. Sure. 20 energy is fine. I think I'm at a point in my life where I can afford to lose energy. It's fine. That's really good. It's cheaper because Light Hello is there, and it gives us currency. Let's start buying. We want to stay away from DA and VI if we can. We have enough to buy one of the songs if it shows up right now. So let's go Stam 8. Let's go Wit 12. There's one of them. We need more DAVI, but there's one of them done. You can take CO. We can take PAVO. Friendship training, spec priority. It's a little late in the run for spec priority to be good at this point. We don't have that many more trainings that we're trying to manifest. I think I'd rather just throw all of my weight into friendship training effectiveness at this point. It's VOPA. Sure. Uptempo is not useful. Energy 5 would be great right now. Still need to see a wit training here, ideally. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. Doesn't quite give us the CO that we need, but it's a good training. And then we can take another +5 energy, because Director's done. So now we could train this turn. Single rainbow, single rainbow, single rainbow. Just give me the wit training to keep preserving energy. No reason to spend if we don't need to. We get Speed Star, but it doesn't matter because we're not a pace chaser. Friendship training +5. And then you're probably looking at VO, CO, or PA. Well, you could be looking at late surge or hints too. There's no real bad option there. EAVI is just going to be good for building our currency towards the second 10% friendship bonus song. We'll take speed training. Try and level our speed facility up. Good. And then this is our second chance to see turf and or mile. Although I'd be a little sad if we saw it at this point, because the run does not stack up. Good white sparks. 5 hints for adept. Extra hint for late savvy. But no mile, no turf, and the rainbow trainings that we've had this run probably means that this is not going to be the ace run. Manage our energy on wit training, push that to 5. It's not a half-bat speed training either. It also gives me the VO to buy that mile hint. Speed 10 versus wit 5, skill points 15. Our wit is a little lacking right now, so let's build wit and skill points here. I think our speed's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Late hint. Cheap mile hint. When we have 95 DA, I can afford that expense. And then friendship training effectiveness for CO is what I'd like to try and target next. 8% to fail. I do have one more light hello recreation. I can take this wit training. Gives me the CO that I need, and then we're probably done buying songs after this, because we don't have a ton more currency in the bank. The biggest issue is that we're basically out of VO and CO. So if we spend, I mean, we can't buy anything here. So yeah, we're definitely done buying. We can just go wit again here, and then I'd really like to light hello recreate early June. If possible. Yeah, I'll just take that wit training instead. That's alright. So lessons cost 24 right now, but even if we did try to dig to the next song, we would not be able to buy it if it was the 10% friendship bonus song. We are at max hype. I don't feel like I want to dig here. I think we're just going to have to say that we only get one friendship training song online. And we're going to have to live with that. But we do win. And then let's see what's in store for us in summer. We already have our speed training to 4 and our wit training to 5, so the trainings themselves aren't really going to be any stronger than they would be outside of summer break, but rainbow trainings are still rainbow trainings, and it would be nice to have some of them. One more supporter. We have one rainbow. It's a good rainbow. I don't mind stand power here. Don't mind wit here. We have a lot of CO. Support chain, friendship training effectiveness, spec prio. We'll be taking friendship training effectiveness. Cheap skill hint for mile. It spends our VI, but we have a long runway to try and find that second friendship song, so let's aim for PA next if we can. I'm gonna take this power training regardless, but ideally if we could find some PA that would be nice. VIDA that forces us into resting next turn. We could skip the skill hint for mile and see if we could find energy. That would actually inform our decision quite a bit here. Spec Prio 5, Spec Prio 5, support chain event frequency. I mean, we'll clear this, but I'm not excited about it. We'll clear this out. We'll clear this out. We need to see energy for DA at this point. Spec Prio again. So now I'm like, do I even want to take this training or do I just rest this turn? Because if it fails, it's really bad. It means we have to rest next turn and we lose 2 turns. Given that it's only a single rainbow, let's just rest now, and then I know I could take the last 2 turns, hypothetically, if they were good, but I should have known what I was signing up for with this run. So I should have had an inkling. And then here's the DAPA that we want. So we might as well take that. This has not been the run. I think we burned all of our luck on those team trials runs because there is nothing left over now. The luck tank is running on fumes at this point. I mean, at least get some energy back. No rainbow training this turn, though. At this point, just clear the songs. This is not going to be an ace run. We can tell at this point that this is not an ace run, but we're close enough to finishing it that there's no real point in dooring it. So we'll try and farm as many hints as we can. And pivot into it being a parent run at the end. Here's the second friendship training song. The VI training's okay, but let's just finish Light Hillow's chain so I don't have to do that later. There's see you later. Let's go win a G2. Energy power, but we're full sprinting gear when we can't get sprint spokes. I guess I'll just take the power. It also doesn't look like we're going to finish Daiichi Ruby's chain. So this run is cooked for a number of reasons. We'll go speed power. Even on a parent run, I don't think long shot is very good. Single rainbow light hello. Basically a free training. It's the VI that we need. This is also the VI that we need, but less of it. But I guess we could try and push to 1100 power here. There's a chance that we make it. Going for long. Our long A. Sure. I don't know what that skill does. But maybe it'll be a good white spark. Sure. I know what that skill does, and it's not a bad white spark. And then power gain 2, wit gain 2, stam gain 1. I really don't care what I buy of those. If I can afford one before we get to the Arima, we'll buy it. Otherwise, I think that's just where we'll cap out on songs. Okay. Sure. We'll go win the Arima. Good. And then 3 turns to glory. Cannot afford any of the 3 songs, so that's fine. We'll just run it anyway. Good. And then what do you got for me in the finals? You have a rainbow. You have a decent rainbow. You have a really decent rainbow. Yeah, I'll take that with training. 1022 power. We hit 1 good rainbow power training, and we can push to 1100 power. So we've kind of backed our way into having a decent parent run stat line. Even if we aren't going to wind up with a good ace stat line. Good. Let's clear some of these lessons out at this point. Doesn't really matter what we pick here. None of these songs do anything at this point. Late Surge or Hint is our priority. Hints in general are our priority at this point. If we see hints, we buy hints. We're looking for CO. I get CO off of this power training, and it pushes us to 1100 power. We also get Daiichi Ruby hints for what those are worth. I don't think Gambit's particularly good. And then I need to hit a wit training on the last turn, or get lucky on the last turn. But we've at least got power squared away. It's an okay wit training. There's not really a reason to try and take this power training. We're going to get to 1100 anyway, and stamina just barely broke 600. So we can just take this. We don't need to gamble on anything, and we also don't need to, like, dig for an energy lesson in the shop. No. Hint. 2 skill hints for Late Surger. 2 skill hints for Long. Guts 12, I suppose, because I don't need energy. Speed power. And we're done. It's not bad, though. Not too much currency left over at the end. Also, Grass Wonder's career is not horrible for Affinity. You do the Derby, you do the Arima Keenan, you do the Japan Cup. You do a number of races that are half decent for Affinity, so even if it wasn't necessarily a full parent run, there's some amount of Affinity lurking in here. Let's see how we're looking. Scenario Spark getting cheaper would be nice. No looking back is... well... You don't really control when you're going to use this Grass Wonder, honestly. You should just buy as much as you can. That's me, that's not you. Hang on. There we go. You can go no looking back. Tree Strength is kind of interesting. Pedal of the Metal. Pedal of the Metal... I actually... well, no, yeah, it won't work. Never mind. Leap Forward's fine. Head-on's good. See you later's good. Late Savvy, Pace Savvy are both fine. Late Corners, Pace Corners. Guess I don't mind Stam Eater. Might as well buy Tether because it's insanely cheap. Unyielding Spirit. We can go up tempo, Productive Plan on your left. And now I want to start getting rid of the stuff at the back. So no looking back for the front. Unique wouldn't work. My True Strength. Lead, or was within 4 lengths of lead just before late race, won't work. Late Surger skill? Sure, maybe. From the back? Sure. Head on? Technically we could be pace, so sure. But this should let us pick up Homestretch Haste, which is good, and Pilfer, which is good. Also want Nimble Nav, though. So how do I get my hands on Nimble Nav? Been Stamina Eater. It's not that good, unless you're really committing to debuffs. And then you could also pick up Straightaway Adept, but you'd also like to get Winter Runner and Right-Handed. So I need to drop one more skill here. You could drop... the scenario gold. And then go Winter Runner, Wet Conditions, right-handed. And then you could get No Looking Back again. Sure. I want to win with these just so insanely expensive. I think it's fine. It's a little gambly, but it's fine. It's just stupid expensive. Yeah, that's only SS, which is a pretty dismal failure for a Grand Concert run. And the sparks are not that great either. So that is definitely not getting the CM Handshake of Destiny. And I'll probably run back a second one later tonight if I have the time. But I'm definitely not going to have the time within the next hour, so we can set up an independent training run. Let's go check in on team trials. See how we're looking over there. We are A-okay on retention threshold for this week. We pushed up to 975, and I think retention line might get to like 935, so we've got a pretty hefty buffer in between us and where the scores are going to be by the end of the week. But we can also pull up the Team Trials tracker so that we can figure out how our runners have been performing now that we finished a whole bunch of rebuilds. If they appear in the top 3 on the scoring breakdown at the end of the Team Trials rounds, they get +1 point. If they appear in the bottom 3, they get -1 point. And we're going to track them day to day so that we can figure out who's doing well and who's doing poorly. That's a 959, which in and of itself would be safe for retention, so that's a good sign. And then we have Air Groove going to 5. We have Satono Diamond going to -6, so she's finally clawing her way back into things. And then Tachyon to 14. Down at the bottom, we have Daiwa Scarlet going to -8. Vodka dropping to 1. And then Taiki Shuttle dropping back down to -1. We go again. Doesn't look horrible, but 6th and 6th are probably going to be holding us back. 917 would not be safe for retention, but it's respectable. Special Week to 5. Tachyon to 15. Fuku to 2. And then down at the bottom, Daiwa Scarlet to -9. Satono Diamond back to -7. And L down to -2. I think a lot of what's carrying L right now, and probably Creek as well for what it's worth, is just how strong and consistent their uniques are. Like, Creeks makes sure that she lives on longs no matter what anybody else is doing, and it's also very consistent. And L's makes sure that she has acceleration in late race regardless of what's going on, as long as she's in first or second, or at least near it. The rest of them, not so much. That's Tachyon to 16, Fuku to 3, Umamo to +1, Scarlet to -10, Satono Diamond to -8, L to -3. We'll go round 4. It could be good. Gold chip in 6th is going to drag us down a little, but this could be a high score. 995. We're getting really close to that 1 million. We'll go Tamamo Cross to 2. Air Groove to 6. And Daiwa Scarlet in 3rd. Going to -9. Where the heck is Tachyon? God, what happened to Tachyon this round? It's only like the 4th round that she hasn't been in the top 3. Satono Diamond to -9. Gold chip to -8. Agnes Digital to 0. And then we'll do number 5. I see a 6th and a 7th, so that's probably not going to be great. What happened on that bottom race. How did you come 8th and 10th in a mile? Was it raining? Is Niigata one of the flat miles? I mean, this should have... Well, okay, so maybe speed is the problem there. This lives. That for sure lives, but 12th. I mean, I guess the NPC stats are, like, not really messing around. Alright, well... I guess? I don't know. Digital to 1. Tachyon to 17. Total Diamond to 8. Seeking the Pearl. Down to 2. L down to -4. Tamamo Cross. Down to 1. So if we do a little bit of rearranging here so that things are all nice and in order, we get something that looks a little like this. And you can see we've been doing this for 3 days now, maybe 4 days, I don't remember. But already we're starting to see some things calcify. Tachyon, Air Groove, Special Week are consensus, our top 3 Team Trials runners right now. Sotono Diamond, Gold Chip, Daiwa Scarlet are consensus, our bottom 3 Team Trials runners right now. So we know who's good, and we know who we need to work on. And everybody else is more or less in the middle, and they're basically trading a bunch of wins with one another, and not really making any progress up or down. So, I think even at this point, we have a pretty good idea of who we need to be working on next, but we'll finish running that data collection for the rest of the week, just to make sure that those trends hold, and then into next week, we'll probably do the rebuilds of those independent training runners, as well as Sotono Diamond, because she does not look particularly strong right now. This is a 2200. We should probably have somebody who can actually handle that distance do this. Big L should be fine. I don't remember what you are. Oh, you were independent learner. Okay. Is this your Team Trials Mile L? Yeah, either way, she's good. She's good for it. One more Suzuka Star piece down. Less than a week to go on that now. We'll do our daily races to pick up a bit more money. And here I know we can use this Stell. You are built for miles. Daily shop has Tannhauser Star piece, and that's the only new trainee here. We'll also grab some alarm clocks in case we need them later. And we'll grab the Kawasaki Kinan banner because it's new and we don't have any. And then we'll go do our bingo spins, check up on club, set up an independent training, and then off we'll go. So there is our 20 club points for the day. Grab our bingo coins. You. And you. Set up our spins. It's first card done. So it's our first copy of a Guts card that we will never use. Second card done. And then a bit of progress on the third card. We'll also go check the store for trainer aptitude test. As soon as it decides to scroll over there. There we go. We have one more day left on this, so we'll be able to do one more. I don't think we're going to make it all the way through all the banners, but we can absolutely make it through all the support points. And then which of these are most important for us to get? Probably Kikukusho, because oh, they're so cheap. Never mind. Wait, what? Oh, there's only 15. Yeah, these are crazy cheap. We can buy all these. Just grab all of it. It's so nice that they finally let you boost the amount of coins that you get from the trainer aptitude test by doubling your TP. Otherwise, there's no way that I would have made it through all these. But banners are always nice to have in case we decide to upgrade some runners later. There's still a ton of potential skills that we haven't unlocked. And then same thing for shoes. And we're done with the shop. So there's nothing else to do with our coins. What a nice feeling that is. Excellent. Excellent. We'll claim our daily missions anyway, even though we can't do anything with those anymore. And then, all that leaves us is collecting our daily login rewards, our daily missions, and then setting up an independent training. So the last time we made this Nishino, what did I use? I used my Taiki, and then I used an SSL. That has Racing Spirit Stamina. That's fairly unlikely. Or, not fairly unlikely, fairly uncommon, let me say. We should be able to track down wherever that thing is. So, Nishino Flower. I think it was literally this L, or this Taiki. Mile Corner's Unyielding Spirit had on Stam Despair. Yeah, that all seems good. It also brings us to Medium C. And then over here, we were using an L. So we'd look for Victoria or Plancha. And then it should be whoever's got Racing Spirit Stam is a Spark. Not you. Although your white sparks don't look that bad. It's gotta be you. It's Shawnee's. Do I like that? Uma Stand, Groundwork, Tail Held High. On the attack, Slipstream, PTO. I like a lot of that, yeah. Is there another one with Racing Spirit Stam? Oh, there is. Daigo's is maybe even... No, because it's 1 Guts, 2 Medium. That's right. And we want this to be an actual parent rather than a loop. Yeah, it's this one. It's Shawnee's. If we load that up, our borrow here is Rico. And then we'll spin this up as independent training. This deck works phenomenally. Go ahead and plug our schedule in. We can run mediums off of this as well, so we'll go Sprint Mile Medium. We're doing Triple Tiara. This all looks correct. We'll stay on balance. That's been working fine for us. And we might as well double it because we're still getting bingo coins out of it. I can let a little bit of that TP regen, and then I can probably get one more run in later tonight because it's only like 8:40 p.m. right now. For now, though, that's going to do it for me. If you're enjoying the Uma series, do make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those are really metrics that I use on my end to keep an eye on what people enjoy watching and what I might want to work on next. And if you had any comments, questions about today's video, or you just want to commiserate on the fact that I think we had maybe a dozen rainbow trainings total across 70 turns, drop down into the comments and let me know. Would love to hear from you. If you're looking for a fine motion borrow of your own, or you wanted to do some of your own experimentation in independent training, the Career Support and Star Uma borrow are here for you. But if you had coworkers, colleagues, friends and family, clubmates, acquaintances, or random strangers that you wanted to funnel currency to instead, totally understand. No pressure. Till then, though, I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and enjoy the rest of your day.